Well, hello everybody. Nifty Goose here, back in action. And as you can tell, or you probably saw from the title, I am playing Smite for the Xbox One. And if you are unfamiliar with Smite, let me give you kind of just a brief rundown of it. It is a MOBA, which is a multiplayer online battle arena. That's what a multiplayer stands for. And it's really fun. There are three popular ones out right now. You've got Dota and League of Legends, and then Smite. Smite's kind of third on the list there as far as popularity, I believe. But you know, it's still pretty popular. And the characters you can pick from are gods from many different, I guess you'd call them religions. I guess, you know, you got stuff from Greek mythology, stuff from Hinduism, all different types, and it's pretty fun. Like I played it on. Well, let me give you a little brief history of my relationship with Smite. I started playing it on the PC. I got really into it for about a week or so, and then some other stuff came up and it just kind of got put on the back burner. Not for any real reason in particular. I didn't stop liking it. It's just, you know, other stuff came up, you know, a bunch of games on a bunch of platforms, so I started playing something else. I don't remember what it was, but I started playing something else anyways. But then I found out recently that Smite was released for the Xbox One, and that's pretty awesome. I have an Xbox One. So I was like, man, but I wonder how much it costs. It is free right now. You just go on your little Xbox machine and you say, I want to play Smite, and then it's like, okay, calm down, and then it'll download it for free. Now the great thing about Smite is that you can play it for free. If you don't know how you feel about a MOBA or a new game, you don't have to do any commitment whatsoever. You play it for a little bit. If you don't like it, delete it. You have zero commitment. If you play it and you think you do like it, play a little bit more. And if you start to really like it, then I would suggest, I believe it's called the Founders Pack, is what I believe it's called, and it's $25, and you get all current and future gods. Let me repeat that: all current and future gods. That's pretty cool by itself. But you also get, I believe it gives you 400 gems and 2 skins to put on different gods. But anyways, the fact that you get past and future gods is pretty great. Now, I was kind of bummed out because I had bought the I can't remember if it was still called the Founders Pack, but I bought that same pack on the PC a while ago, and I was pretty bummed out because I was like, man, I know I'm gonna want to buy it again, and I don't really want to buy it again. So, but then I found out you can link your PC account. That's pretty great, and anything that you paid for transfers over. The only thing that doesn't transfer over is your current gems that you have on your PC account and favor. And favor is just kind of another form of money, whereas you pay 400 gems for a skin, 400 gems, or like 12,000 favor. So you can see that if you can convert that, you financial wizards out there. But so everything transfer but that, and also the experience that you gained on individual gods, that does not transfer, but your overall experience does. So that's pretty cool. I like that, and I was pretty stoked when I found out about that. So if you have a PC account, that stuff will transfer over, and it's a very simple process. Just you just got to link your account, and it just walks you through all the steps. So, I wouldn't say I'm a veteran, not even close to that. I'm not a newbie either. I put myself kind of in the middle area. I know how to play. I know basic strategy, but any type of really in-depth, if I'm playing against a good team, probably gonna get beat down pretty good. But I would say I do okay. You know, I do okay. I can hold my own for the most part. So I guess advice for new players, because I am not a new player but a newer player. So what's some advice? Well, for one, it's free. Give it a shot. If you like it, buy that Founders Pack and you're good to go. Now, what god should you pick? You just bought the Founders Pack and you have all these gods. What gods do you pick? There's so many. How are you going to find which one is your favorite? Which one are you going to pwn dud noobs with? Well, try them all. That's really the only advice that I can give you. Where do you start? If you've played some MMOs in the past, then you're probably gonna want to play kind of that same character. So if you were always the tank and you like being the tank, then you're probably gonna want to pick a Guardian god. If you were a DPSing hunter type thing, then you're probably gonna want to look at an assassin. If you were a mage, then you're probably gonna want to pick a mage. That's where I would start there. If you did not get into MMOs whatsoever, you're starting with a blank slate, and I like your style. So where do you start? If you just started like that, where do you start? Just pick one. What I did is I picked gods that I knew, like that I knew the names of. Most of them were Greek gods and some Egyptian gods. You know, you got Ra and Osiris and Anubis, and Greek gods. You got Aphrodite and Zeus and Athena. You got all these different types, and also some Hindu like Kali, Rama. So I would kind of start there. Pick the ones that you think look cool and try them out, and then you can kind of see, and you just gotta play and kind of see what your play style is. I've always been a healer, and so I was lucky enough to find Aphrodite because she is a really boss healer in the game. So what do the classes do? Well, the Guardian protects people. Kind of what it says. You're not going to get a ton of kills with him, though I've seen people do work with him. But that's going to be your just protecting people. Your assassins are high single target damage, so they're going to pick people off, and warriors can go into a crowd and mess people up, and your mages and hunters kind of hang back and do crowd control and things of that nature. Kind of the similar thing as you'll find with most MMOs. The same thing kind of goes across. So what am I doing right here? What game type is this? Well, this game type is called Arena, and what this is, it's basically a team deathmatch. As you can see on the right side there, those numbers. On the left is my team, right is their team, and you start out at 500, and sort of like a Battlefield thing where you don't gain points, you make the enemy team lose points. And how do you make them lose points? Well, they lose points by you killing them, and also by your minions, which are little guys walking around, making it to their side in that portal. You see that kind of awesomely colored oval, vertical oval of Volvo. Hey, there we go. All the way on their side. When they make it in there, your team loses points. Now, how does this work? Well, it's pretty. I like the way it works because everybody starts out at level 3. No matter if you've been playing for a million years or if this is your first day, everybody starts the game off at level 3. And you gain experience by killing minions and killing gods. That simple. And when you increase in level, that's when you get to use newer abilities, which you see on the bottom right there. You get a total of 4, and you get those you unlock those abilities by increasing levels, and with the little blue squares underneath them, that's how upgraded those abilities are, and you get to upgrade them by leveling. Now on the opposite side on the screen, we'll just start on the far left, kind of that long vertical bar, that's your passive abilities. Increase movement speed, basic attacks have lifesteal, things of that nature. Things that you don't activate, they're constantly active, known as passive ability. Then below that you have your active abilities, and you activate them. As you can see, if I hold left trigger and hit X, I activate that ability. And same thing with LT and A, and that's also where your consumables will be, like your potions and mana potions, you know, things of that nature. You need those for this particular game type, but for stuff like Conquest, you're gonna joust, you're gonna want to have those. So that's kind of what's, well, let me explain more on the screen. In the top left you have your team, top right their team, and you can look and see what gods they're playing as based on their pictures. In the middle you have the score, well, kind of kills and deaths score, how it breaks down with the kills and the deaths, the murdering and the saving. In the middle there is your KDA, which would be kills, deaths, assists, and as you can see right now I'm 4, 1, and 1, so 4 kills, 1 death, and 1 assist. And the blue and red numbers, the blue number is your team kills, and the red is the enemy team kills. So obviously you want to have more kills than they do. And then you have the team gold, and in the bottom left you have your golds, and so and then the map's on the right, of course, as you can see. But that's kind of the breakdown of the HUD. Now, what do you do in this game type? Well, it kind of depends on what character you're going to be. Most of the game modes, and this one is definitely not excluded from this, is it seems to be, it's just a real big tug of war. That's what it is. It's just kind of a big tug of war. As you can see, sometimes we'll push up to their side, sometimes they'll push up to our side, and then they fall back, and then we push, and that's just, you know, that's just kind of how this game works for the most part. So it kind of depends on your character, on how you play, how your character plays. With most of your assassins, you're gonna want to, I've found that you kind of want to stick and move. You want to do your damage and get out, and so you'll find a target that's singled out or a weak target that you can go in, get a quick kill, and then leave. You never want to be right in the thick of it. Save that for the Guardians and the Warriors. Those are the ones that are going to be good at that. And with your Hunters and Mages, you're going to want to kind of hang back a little bit, be, you know, just behind your front lines. That's where you're going to kind of want to be. So, what god am I playing as right now? Well, I'm playing as Thanatos, and he was kind of just a random one. That there's a game type called, I believe it's called Assault, and everybody gets a random god, and then you just play. And so he was a random god that I had, and I started playing as him, and it was, you know, he was fun, and I haven't really had too much luck finding a good melee character, one that not necessarily like they're bad, but that I felt comfortable playing as, and he was comfortable to play as, and so I like his abilities. They're pretty straightforward. So yeah, I started playing as him, and you know, I've been playing a lot of games as him. What does he do? What's his thing? Well, he is an assassin, and so as I said with assassins, or how I play them, is stick and move. Do your damage, get out. If you can't get the kill quickly, then you just need to get out of there. So that you can see me doing that quite a bit. Do the damage and running. Do the damage and running. Every once in a while you'll see me getting a little cocky and full of myself, and I'll stay in there far too long. But that's Thanatos and his abilities. The X ability, I'm trying to remember. If you just threw me in the game, I'll be able to do it right off the bat. The X ability, he throws his sickle, or scythe, what is it called? Sickle? Probably a sickle, I don't know. He throws his weapon, and it does high single target damage. And this is his Y ability, his ultimate. He jumps up in the sky, and then he comes crashing down, and enemies get hit by damage, and they're also stunned for a brief period. His A ability, which I just activated, is his movement speed increases, and he just becomes a little bit stronger, but he loses 5% of health when you activate it. And his B ability is kind of just a really big and powerful slash. So how I use his abilities is when my cooldown starts to go down for my ultimate, then I'll save up my my other abilities, because I don't know when I'm going to use my ultimate, because you really want to pick a good spot to use it. And so I'll try and find somebody that is singled out or that is weak. See, right now I jump up, I see they're weak in the middle, so I hop down, and I know that I'm still protected. I got Hades right behind me, and I know I have room to fall back. But you can see I got greedy. I should have backed out, and I got in a 3v1, and I'm gonna lose those. But you can kind of see I should have hit. Oh, he's getting away, they're coming up. I should have bailed and fell back. That's my bad, team. But I'll usually save it up, because if you go and attack somebody that ultimate's not gonna kill with one hit, you want to have backup plans. So I'll drop down on them. They're stunned. I'll do both my X and B abilities, and then finish them off with the A ability and just basic attacks. Or if I see that they're just weak and dead, then I'll just drop down on them and then get out of there. But as you can see, I throw the sickle quite a bit and just kind of stick and move. You know, little couple jabs here and there, let them know I'm there. So as you can see, I don't see anybody, and so I just drop down. There's no reason to put myself in a bad situation. They all had full health. I probably regretted popping that right there. So you can see I'm trying to get away. Wasn't able to get away in that situation. So this is Smite, and I gotta say I've been having a lot of fun playing it. I definitely would suggest people to pick it up, or pick up any of the MOBAs. I can't really vouch for any of the other ones, but there's millions of people that would. So, but like I'm not an amazing player. If you want some high quality tips and tricks for the pro players, then you're probably going to want to check out different channels for that type of stuff. But I think I'm probably going to be posting more videos, because like I said, I do really enjoy playing it. I was kind of bummed out because I had a really good match, and see, he's singled out, he's running back, so I'm gonna go right for him. But I had a really good match, and yeah, it didn't record great, so I was pretty bummed about that, because I had a really great match, and this one took me a little bit to get. I kind of got wasn't having a lot of fun for a little bit there. I was having some tough matches and some bad beats, but this one came along. I wasn't playing for hours. This is probably the fourth match after that one got all screwy. But yeah, so and oh, I didn't even mention, on the left and right side, you see I was just over there. There are camps, and if you're kind of a Smite player, you already know, but there's camps, and there's a mana buff camp, a damage buff camp, and an attack speed buff camp. And those do exactly what they say they do. The mana buff and damage buff increases your mana regen and your damage output, and the attack speed increases your attack speed. And every once in a while, and throughout the match, there will be enemies that spawn on there, and they won't attack you unless you attack them. So when you attack them, they'll drop a little thing on the ground. You pick it up, take a big bite out of it, and that's how you go. And there's only one per time they spawn, so a whole team can't get the buff at once. Only one person can actually pick it up. So if you don't need it, don't pick it up, because one of your teammates might really need it or want it. So here we are. There's a helicopter. This game is awesome. Bet you didn't think you would see just a helicopter flying in, like picking somebody up and taking them away. But there's so many different skins that you can get, and it's just a lot of fun. And the skins affect not just how your player looks, but what your player your god actually does, and it's really cool. Like just how they look. Like, look, he's like who's that? Not Mercury, Apollo. I think that's Apollo, and the guy that just killed me, Apollo. Yeah, that's Apollo. And he has, I think it's called Elite Ops or something like that skin, and makes him look like a damn G.I. Joe or something. It's pretty cool. And so that's why he had the helicopter coming in and and taking them away to safety. So yeah, this is Arena on Smite. I mean, I don't really know what more to say about it. I mean, check it out. It's fun. You know, I'm having so much fun playing this game right now. And I'm probably gonna, as soon as I get done recording this, I'm probably gonna hop on and play some more, because like I said, I'm having fun. One of the kind of things that does happen to me in this game is you get too greedy. Like you string together, you know, 3 or 4 kills, and then you think you're Big Dick Joe or something, and you just can run in there and kill everybody. And that's not really the case. Like, I bet if I had played the same way that I did when I started it, I probably would have got, I probably wouldn't have 6 deaths. probably wouldn't. Maybe I would have more, but stands the reason that I would have far less deaths than I did. But this video is starting to come down to a close, and if you have any suggestions for me as far as videos to put up, or if you want to, you know, me to put up more of these, I'm gonna put up more of these anyways. But if you like it, definitely let me know. I mean, that's always helpful to hear. Or if you have any tips for me, you know, I'm definitely open to tips and tricks, because like I said, I don't know a lot about it, but I do know a little bit about it. So I'm definitely open to tips and tricks or potential builds for Thanatos, or in my characters I play, Thanatos, Aphrodite, Artemis, and a little bit of Athena, not too much. But you can see we get the win. 43-0 is your final score. I go, what is that, 14, 6, and 7. And just like always, I'm Nifty Goose, and I will see you on the other side.